Staying with us, however, as we move away from Gaza, now into Lebanon. Of course, tensions between Lebanon and Israel have been heightened after conflicts between Israel and Hezbollah. But the Lebanese President Joseph Aoun has ruled out normalization with Israel, despite recent overtures from Israeli officials. Speaking to an Arab think tank delegation on Friday, Aoun stressed that peace or the presence of war is Lebanon's current priority, but said normalization is not on the table. The remarks come after Israel's foreign minister expressed interest in opening diplomatic ties with both Lebanon and Syria. Aoun reiterated Lebanon's demand that Israel withdraw from the remaining border points that it occupies. This according to a ceasefire deal that ended the last war with Hezbollah. He also defended Lebanon's right to hold a monopoly over armed forces, hinting at a non-military approach to eventual Hezbollah disarmament. The United States has been pushing for Hezbollah's full disarmament, while Beirut has sent an official response that remains confidential for now. Well, I would like to welcome back Adrian Calamel. Thank you for sticking around while we discussed Gaza there. Moving now to Lebanon, of course, relations between Israel and the country have been strained. We had strikes coming from Israel within Lebanon territory. The Israeli army and the IDF saying they were targeting Hezbollah operatives backed by Iran. What's the significance of these tensions between Israel and Lebanon, and how could that play out, given there has been a fragile ceasefire, but of course still a boiling point?
Yeah, another great question. Great to be back. With Lebanon, it comes back to Hezbollah is still not holding up to its UN resolutions, especially 1701, where they're supposed to withdraw from south of the Litani River. And I never expected them to do that. They spent significant amount of money invested in that area and building up southern Lebanon with a tunnel system, command and control centers that were critical, that we saw really in action from October 8th until as you stated, the fragile ceasefire. They were effective during the 33-day war that happened in, I think it was 2006, Lebanon. So Israel's going to continue to operate there, and because they also see the Lebanese state, does it have the ability to stand up to Hezbollah, and that still remains to be seen, whether the Lebanese armed forces, the Lebanese forces, the UNIFIL forces, whether they can disarm Hezbollah. And I just don't see that happening, especially when they've kind of had, this is a group that's really been molded after the IRGC and are very effective at what they do compared to a state that has been completely fragmented for well over 4 decades at least. So it's tough for a state to try and take back that control from Hezbollah, which has just grown into this beast from roughly 1982 until really October 7th, October 8th, 2023. They were the greatest threat to Israel, and now they've been completely defanged. So, well, not completely defanged, but that's what Israel's trying to do, is limit their capacity. And then hopefully the Lebanese state, and this is hopefully, can reassert control over Hezbollah's monopoly on violence, because that's how they have essentially kept people in line in Lebanon.
Yes, absolutely. Adrian, thank you very much for that update. You will be staying with us, of course, here